How you doing? I didn't see you there. What you been up to today? Oh, that's great. That's great. Oh, what have I been up to? Oh, well, of course we're learning Python today. For loops. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be really great. It's gonna be painful. Hopefully not as painful as last stream. That was if you were there, you're there. So today we're gonna learn some for loops. Okay? Instead of Python. Instead of partying New Year's. Okay? Whilst everyone else is getting pissed drunk, we're gonna be learning how to integrate a for loop into our scripts. Okay? Does that make sense to you? I know it does. Because the only individuals that would click on such a video like this are extreme intellects. So, if you're watching this, that implies one thing and one thing only. You are an absolute fucking intellect. Default. By clicking on this video. Default. So, with your newfound title, whether you knew you're an intellect before or not, if you didn't, you're welcome. Let's probably get into this, yeah? Because we've got a lot of work to do. We have work later today. But guess what? Guess what? Work can wait. Right now we have for loops on Python. And that's what we're going to do right now. Okay. Let's get to it. Oh, we already got chat going. That's crazy. Nice. What does it say? You have paranoias. Hold on, I need to make sure I'm reading this correctly. Paranoias. What is this? Is it a brand? Is it a definition? My boy. What is that? What is this? Paranoias, like paranoid, or is that like is that a brand or something? Please inform me. Please inform me. That'd be an amazing thing you can do for me. Okay. I've been procrastinating harder than fucking last time. We need to fucking get started. Yeah, okay. We need to get started on learning. No, you're the best. You're the best, okay? I appreciate your words. I do. But the fact you click on a video like this, whether you got a notification for it or you clicked on it, that makes you the best. Okay? Some people wait for Mr. Beast high dopamine releasing slot machine videos, and that's the only thing they can watch. But you know what you clicked on? Watching an idiot learn Python. That requires levels of mental capacity in which I do not quite have, but you clearly do. So thank you for being here. We appreciate your presence in this chat. Sincerely, I mean that. Okay. With that out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, let's lock it. For loops. Hope this is comprised correctly. I do hope. Does it play? Oh no. Okay.
Now, a for loop is a special type.
Let me know if that's too quiet. This guy speaking. I feel like this too. Oh, it was too quiet.
Type of loop in Python, which allows us to loop over different collections of items. So a lot of times we'll use for loops in Python to like loop through different arrays or we could loop over like the letters inside of a string, or we could just loop through like a series of numbers. So for loops per.
My boy, Sir Fracture, you made it. You have made it somehow. Are you in your lunch break or something? I don't know how you made it. But Sir Fracture, thank you for joining us. Thank you. Somehow. The bus terminal. We're the bus terminal. I see, Sir Fracture. I see. Well, I hope you had a good time in the bus terminal. I do. Hope you had a good time doing whatever you're doing prior to this. Yo, my guy, my boy. Guys, I'm sorry for the late stream. Sincerely, I need to work on that. Like, dude, there's gonna be a time in which, like, I work in at Tres, right? And so it's like, this is not gonna. I can't sustain doing such a late stream, so we're gonna need to start them a lot earlier than we are. My boy. Let's see. Yeah, no, you told me in Discord. You told me that you had a lot of shit you gotta get to. So don't you worry. This is gonna be a quickie, guys. Okay, for those of you that are joining us, this is gonna be a quickie because at work today I have a shit ton of work I have to do, and I'm not looking forward to it. So I'm kind of easing the mental load today by just making this quickie. We might not even get through this full for loop section inside of this thing, but if we do, great. If we don't, it's okay. It's New Year's Day, and I hope you guys have had an amazing year. Let's start this year with a banger, shall we? With a banger. I actually work for a hospital. I'm a cleanup crew. I basically, whenever people die, I clean up. And then there's also an assortment of other things, such as just like the part that I'm really lucky and grateful for, which is the laundry aspect of it. I get to just do laundry, and I can wear headphones. Like when you're working, I was working construction prior to that, or actually quite a while before that. Dude, construction don't get me wrong, you get strong or whatever the hell, but dude, you want to blow your brains out by the end of the day because it's so fucking hot. It's 110 degrees where I live. It's 110 right now. It's like fucking -9, but it's 110 degrees normally for construction. So to be able to wear my headphones and just sit in an air conditioned thing and do laundry for like a number of hours a day, that's so nice. But then it isn't too fun when I have to clean up after, you know, accidents. Yeah, that's how it go. That's how it go. All right, ladies and gents. Let's be honest with ourselves, gents. Very fine, gents. Let's get to this tutorial. We're gonna be doing a little bit of pausing. It's gonna be a little bit of a loosey-goosey stream today. That's okay. A little bit of loosey-goosey is all right. You know, sometimes you need a little loosey-goosey. Okay. So let's go. Let's do this for loops. All right. This is crazy. Like, the fact we already have like 6 views, like, that's insane. I remember with the beginning of the streams, it would take like 30 minutes to get to 6 views. Like, or like 10 views, it would take 30 minutes to get there. The first 30 seconds of the stream, and like, y'all are already, y'all are great. I appreciate you guys. Okay. Let's go.
Provide a very specific purpose, and the easiest way to kind of wrap your head around why for loop.
Sorry to pause it one more time. And Fracture, have an amazing rest of your day. I know you're gonna be busy. Let's chat later on Discord if that is something you would fancy allocating inside of your afternoon. Yeah. Let's see. I wish this was a multiple choice. I wish life was a multiple choice question. You know what I mean? That makes life a lot easier. Yes. Lock in, brother. Lock the fuck in. On the other side of the fucking planet. Great times we live in. It's a great time. Okay. I'm gonna not read a little bit of chat because it came to my attention that I don't have an attention span. So we are gonna kind of like we'll read chat, but like we're gonna have to lock in a little bit. You know what I mean? We have to get through a little bit of course, if that makes sense. Okay.
String, or we could just loop through so a lot of times to loop for loop. I want to talk to you guys about using for loops in Python. Now, a for loop is a special type of loop in Python which allows us to loop over different collections of items. So a lot of times we'll use for loops in Python to like loop through different arrays, or we could loop over like the letters inside of a string, or we could just loop through like a series of numbers. So for loops provide a very specific purpose, and the easiest way to kind of wrap your head around why for loops are useful is just for me to show you guys a bunch of different examples. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. We're going to look at why for loops are awesome. So down here in my text file and my Python file, I'm going to write out a couple different for loops. So the way that we create a for loop is just by saying for, and now what I want to do is specify a variable. And this variable is going to essentially represent a different value every time we go through this for loop. And you guys will see how that works in a second. But just know that this variable is going to be used on every iteration of our for loop. And each time it will most likely have a different value. So in our case, I'm just going to call this letter. And I'm going to say for letter in. And now what I want to do is I want to specify a collection that I want to loop over. One example of this would be like a string. So I could put a string in here. I could just put like Draft Academy. And now I can just put a colon. And so basically what this is going to say is it's going to say for every letter inside of Draft Academy, I want to do something. And so down here,
Does he have to? I feel like you have to assign the fact that letter is a value of. He'll explain more
inside of this for loop, and again, we need to indent this. We can put what we want to do with each letter. So let me just show you guys like basically what this is going to do. So I can print out letter. So I can print out this letter variable, and it's actually going to print out a different letter inside of this Draft Academy string.
But how does it know that it's letter? So what if we're to do this? Okay, we're gonna go like this. We're gonna delete our fucked up password, which is okay. Okay, what we're gonna do is for poop in we're just gonna type out a bunch of shit for poop in that, and then indent print. Ooh. Oh, capital P, that's wrong. P T poop is correct. Okay, so now we should just get. Yeah, how does it know that it's a maybe it just knows that it's a string. Okay, watch, I'm gonna fucking play it, and he's gonna tell me exactly. He's gonna literally tell me exactly what I could have just watched for 2 seconds longer. Watch this.
String on every single iteration of this loop. So I'm gonna run this program.
Okay.
And down here inside of my console, you'll see that I'm basically printing out Draft Academy. So on the first iteration of the loop, I printed out the first letter in Draft Academy, which was G. On the second iteration of the loop, I printed out I, third was R, fourth was A. So I'm essentially just looping through all of the letters inside of Draft Academy. So I'm saying for.
Now, what if we're to do it, make it a. What if we were to make it No, we're just gonna play it. We're just gonna play it. We're just gonna play it because, like, yeah, we're not gonna overcomplicate. If anything, if we haven't learned our lesson from fucking last time, we just need to play the fucking video. At least to an extent.
Each letter in Draft Academy, I want to print out that letter. And so this is kind of like how for loops can be used. We can define.
I'm curious as to how in the fuck this works with Oh, my boy. Oh, I saw your comment, by the way. I got a little ding. I must say, like, I know I'm trying to lock into this video, but I have to say, I am sorry for being so god fuck ass late to the last stream. And then you literally popped in. I didn't get to read your message. I saw it in chat after I was like done reviewing it. I'm sorry that I said I was gonna be here at 10. I showed up at like 12 something. That is completely on me, and I'm sorry that like, dude, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? But I saw your messages, and I'm really glad you could make it at least like to the last bit of the stream, even if it wasn't much. But Happy New Year, my boy. I'm glad that you're here. Sincerely, I'm glad that you're here. Yeah, I agree. It's a new concept, so we are gonna finish the like before I try to fucking do stupid shit. Mr. Wizard must speak. Okay, he must speak. You know, here's the thing about the next year, right? Here's the thing about the next year. I this is something that, like, you know, I might clip into a video because it's really important. I mean, I might talk about it a little bit more later. Next year here's the thing. Economically speaking, it is not looking good. Economically speaking, is not looking good. So that means for a lot of people, a lot of individuals, it's not going to be the best. And I'm not going to get into those why that's the case, because there's a lot of reasons. But here is the thing that a very wise friend, told me. You need to focus on the things that are within your control, within the things that you can influence. Worrying about the other things, geopolitical fucking tensions, whatever the fuck, you know, we can't control that. So worrying about it is literally needless stress. I've lived a life of a lot of stress, and I've lived a life of not a lot of stress, and I choose one that's rinsed of stress because it's not good. So 2026, economically speaking, might not be the best. We'll be far from happy, potentially, but you can choose to make it a better year. Like, yeah, it might, and overall, might not be the best year, but you individually, within your power, can choose to make it a good year. And how do you do that? That's the $1 million question. Do something difficult. Yeah, things will get better someday. Like, do something difficult. Do something, I'm not going to say fun, but do something that challenges you. I've learned that every single time that I do something even remotely close to that, life is just infinitely better. Go for a very aggressively long run. Go to the gym for an aggressive amount of time. Life is just better. So next year it can be your year. You know, geopolitically speaking, probably not. This is not going to happen. You know, like, economies might collapse. But next year it can be your year. It is entirely up to you. Entirely up to you. Isn't that, it's like kind of refreshing to know. It is entirely up to you. So I'd say let's go into 2026 with a fucking banger. Yeah? Let's go into 2026 with a banger. Upper 5% of your country. You see, if that was in America, you would be, I guess, multimillionaire. Yeah, you'd be a multimillionaire. Yeah, you'd be a multimillionaire. It depends. If you're in the upper 5% of almost any country, that's You're well off, to say the least. You're well off. Yeah. 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 Yeah, boys. So, dude, I want to go to India so bad. Oh crap, this is kind of hidden a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, I want to go to India so bad. Is IG injury? Oh, that's six. That's sick, is what I meant to say. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah. Yeah, the world's interesting place because you get to chat to people from Bangladesh and India. So that's great. That's wild. But yeah, well, if your country is polluted right now, don't you worry. I live in America, and I'm sure, as you know from the news, this is, you know, maybe on paper it might seem okay in the stock market, but trust me, it's not. It's not too glamorous, to say the least. Yeah, dude, it's funny you say that because I'm contemplating going to Japan early next year. Early technically in the day. Early yeah, so early next year. Uh January or February. I'm thinking about going to Japan for like half a month. I need to decide very soon though. It'd be with Oren. He's popped in chat a few times. He's going regardless. He purchases plane tickets. He's going regardless, but yeah, we'll see about Japan. I want to go, but as I've said, the economics of it all, it doesn't really make sense right now. Not too much. Okay, boys. As you have said, enough side talk. We must lock in. I'm gonna actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read one more because yeah. Go to both of them. Don't compromise. Go to both of them. Because that'd be fucking sick. Okay, what I'm gonna do, just so I can lock in. Don't worry, you guys can still see chat, but just so I don't see it for a moment, what I'm gonna do is I am going to go like this, and this just makes it to where I can't see it. That's it. There you go. Got it. It's crazy. It's like I can't see it. There could be a million people here. There could be 3 people here. There could be 0 people here, and I wouldn't know the difference. That's why I like having chat. Okay, let's lock in, boys. You have a lot of shit to get to. A lot of shit. Okay.
Line of that saying looping through all of the letters on the second iteration of the loop. It's out Draft Academy. So on the first iteration of the loop, I printed out the first letter in Draft Academy, which was G. On the second iteration of the loop, I printed out I. Third was R.
Oh, okay. So for blank in blank. Okay, that makes sense. So this is referring to the very first thing, and it's literally only referring to that, and it keeps looping through it. Okay, that makes sense. Sure, that makes sense.
So I'm essentially just looping through all of the letters inside of Draft Academy.
Yeah.
So I'm saying for each letter in Draft Academy, I want to print out that letter. And so this is kind of like how for loops can be used. We can define a variable, and that variable will change on each iteration of the loop, right? So on the first iteration of the loop, this letter variable represented a G. On the second iteration of the loop, the letter variable stored the value I, etc. Right?
Yeah,
So we
okay.
went through this entire string and we were able to print out each letter. So in addition to using this with strings, we can also use this with other collections. For example, like an array. So if I created an array up here, let's just call it friends. I'm going to set this equal to a bunch of different values. So we can put like a list of our friends in here. We can say like Jim, Karen.
Oh, an array,
and
yeah.
Kevin. Instead of saying letter, why don't we call this friend? And I could say for friend.
So now instead of it being the first letter of the string, it's going to be cutting off right here, because before, like inside of our situation, it's only going to be the first letter in the string, right? But now, because it is an array, or whatever the fancy words he used, it's going to be cutting off with a comma. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. He has 3 things in here. Totally makes sense. So we have something. Let's do this. For C, we're going to go. Wait, what? 1 second. I'm going to pause. I'm going to let it play.
Friend.
Okay, that's how he does it. Yeah, for friends and friends. Okay. For friend in chat. Do we delete the... I'm doing something wrong. What am I doing wrong?
And now we'll print out the
friends equals this. This equals that. This is different though. I feel like this is, I'm trying to access something. Oh, you can't see it. For the love of God. I need it. For the love of God. That probably made no fucking sense at all. All my jibber jabber. I'll print. Friend. Okay, so this, we can't do this. I guess. This type of data thingamajigger, we can't do that. Okay.
The friend. So over here, I'm saying for.
Does it have to be above it? That might contribute. That's crazy. It might work now. That's wild. Order matters. See, like, it was this right here was above it. It was like this. It was like that. But this thing is trying to access something that's already been written, like, inside of the, like, that's why order is so goddamn important, which is fucking crazy. But if it's below it and it knows what it's referring to, which is this, no bad. No bad. Which is some great English. No bad. For friend and friends. Why is this doing that? I don't know. And then look at this. Look at our output. Bam. I'm curious how do we access these now. We'll figure that out. You go to bed, my boy. I know homie's gone, but yeah, you go to bed. Okay. Order does matter a lot. Order matters a shit ton. That is something I am having to be reminded of constantly. It is quite annoying, but that's okay. All right.
For each friend inside of this, the friends. And now we'll print out the friend. So over here, I'm saying for each friend inside of this friends array, I want to print out the friend. So now we'll actually be able to. Yeah,
so look at that. He had it. Oh, you can see it. He had it above it. That's important. That's really important. God, you see, whenever it comes to like little stuff like that, it makes you a little scared, to say the least, to learn to learn the intricacies of Python, because it's like, holy shit, that little tiny, that is what fucked up the program.
Print out each element inside of that array. So down here you'll see we're printing out Jim, and then on the second iteration we're printing out Karen, and on the third we're printing out Kevin. So I'm able to loop through all of the values inside of the array. And just so you guys know, like, you can name this variable whatever you want. So I could give this like any random name, and if I want to access it though,
Of course I remember you. No more talking about selling people, okay? Don't do that. Don't do that, please. Yeah, of course I remember you. Glad to see you're back. All right. Yeah, it goes line by. I'm learning that it goes, but yeah, line by line. Oh, my declaration is beneath the lines you're calling, or whichever. I might have flip flopped it. Even though, yeah. That totally makes sense. That's a good way of like thinking about the order of the Python working, because I would assume it's kind of like a book, right? It's like, oh, the whole story is right there, but like, here's what Python does. It's not a computer. It can't read the whole thing. It has to go line by line in the book. Like, the whole book can be there. The whole script can be here, but it has to go line by line. I can see how that makes sense, you know? And it's like, if you're trying to get information about like an end story thing, you need context. You know what I mean? You need or not. No, before you try to access that, you just need context. And this is the context that this is able to pull from. Awesome. Because like, if I go like this, I go down here and I go people in chat, and I just do, let's say, or, you know, yeah, we're just going to change frac to F. Fracture is going to be F. This is not going to do anything. You know what I mean? It's only going to be accessing this top one right here. Oh, you didn't. Oh, God damn, I need to remember that you can't see it every time. Okay. So it's like, that totally makes sense. This thing right here is only access, because if this whole thing was a for loop, we'll keep going through and through and through, but it's only aware of this. Okay. That's homie in chat has a very wise way of looking about that. Okay. Nice. Well, yeah, I bet. That is beautiful, my friend. As a beginning, you still think like a human rather than a computer. I don't know why, but I feel like that's bars right there. That feels like it's bars. You know what I mean? Wise words, my friend. Thank you for the help. Yeah, I'm learning that they're a little difficult. For loops are a little difficult. They're easy, but like they're interesting. You know what I mean? And happy New Year, bro. I hope you guys have. Oh, for some of you guys, it might be the new year, huh? If you live in India, it's, hey Alexa, what time is it in India right now?
In India, it's 1:14 a.m.
1:14 a.m.
I've got a brand new voice with Alexa.
Alexa, shut the fuck. Alexa, shut the fuck up and never speak to me unless spoken to again, please. Thank you. Clanker thinks he's got free will or some shit. Yeah, that's crazy. For some of you, it might be the new year. So tell me how 2026 goes, because I'm still in 2025 right now, you know, just so like tell me in the future what's happening over there, you know what I mean? Glenka. Oh, bro I forgot to ask homie. I forgot to ask our homie. He has played Survive.io before. The little game we did a few streams ago. I wanna join a game with him. That'd be sick. Well, I'll join a European or just a server that's close to him, so it's a little better. But yeah, sorry, distracted. Dude, yeah. Yeah. Oh, VFX editor. My guy. My guy. I remember you. I remember my boy. Don't you worry, my guy. You don't have to stay here. We're just learning about wild loops, of which I'm reading too much chat. Oh, dude, I'm so easily distracted. I need to like snort a pound of meth. some snort a pound of fucking cocaine and then get on these live streams. Then I'll be able to pay attention. Togi this shit. Happy New Year, my friend. Happy fucking New Year. I hope you guys have a good one. I hope you guys are flourishing want to flourish in this new year. Okay, with that out of the way, forgive me for I'm gonna be doing this. Invisible. There could be 90 million people here. I don't fucking know. There could be 0 people here. I don't know. We're gonna play this video though.
Have to access it.
Let's learn about for loops.
Same name. So we can loop through something like name. I
Rewind
can
a
give
little
this
bit.
like any random name. And if I want to access it though, I have to access it using that same name. So we can loop through something like an array. We could also just loop through a series of numbers. So I could say index over here. And again, this can be anything. I'm just going to call it index. So we could say for index in range, and then in here I can pass in a number. So I could pass in like 10, for example. And down here, I'm just going to print out the index. When I run this program, you guys will see that it's basically going to print out every number in the range from 0 to 10, not including 10.
I'm curious, what other things do we have right here that we can try? For friend in range, is that how you spell that? Yeah, I believe that is. So it's like this, and then we're going to do 1 million, billion, quadrillion, octillion. Let's see how long Python takes to load this. Like, is this something that's going to happen immediately, or is this going to be like a slow ticking down, take 20 fucking minutes to happen? Okay. For friend and print friend, right? What's wrong? Oh, it's not indented correctly. It'll work. Damn, you can see Python working in real time. Okay, we're going to count how many lines of code Python can... Stop! Oh, wait, no, we need to just... There's a stop button. Okay, let's see. Hey, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to see how many lines of code Python can run in 10 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to ask the Klenka over here to run or to start a timer, 10-minute timer, and then we're going to click this the second that happens, and we're going to see how many seconds elapse, okay? Okay. Hey Alexa, start a 10-second timer now.
10 seconds, starting now.
There we go. Okay. Damn, so it can get... Hey Alexa, stop. In 10 seconds, it did 5 million calculations. 5 million loops. Isn't that insane? 5 million loops of this. It's very simple. That's crazy. In like C++, it'd be like it'd be the number of your hardware. It'd match to your hardware like exactly. Like that seems slow. Like I know it's fast. Like 5 million. That's 5 million, right? Let's see. Comma here. Yeah, 5.5 million calculations. That's crazy. That's not really calculation, but you know what I mean. That's cool. That's fucking cool. Cool to see the speed at which Python runs. At least I think that's how you test that, right? I mean, it was really janky. It wasn't exact, but seems legit. Oh, I clicked on something that will get me copyrighted. No. Okay, come on. We're gonna check out chat for a sec. Oh, a duck guy. What's up, my guy? Dude, it's nice to see you. Oh, I see. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Python time modules. We're gonna learn about that, I hope. This is, yeah, I can tell. Oh. Yeah, I can see that. Okay. Oh, you guys can't. Okay, okay, yeah. Okay, I see. Yeah, we'll learn about it a little bit later. Yeah. You have a good one, bro. You have a good one. You have a good one. So that's the thing, right? For you, it's that, right? AM. Wait, no, for me, it's, yeah, for you, it's, it's that AM. For me, I'll show you. It is, what time is it currently?
The time is 12:52 p.m.
It's 12:52 p.m. That's crazy, actually. Damn, that's wild how quickly this time's going by. But yeah, so that is why I stream. It is my algorithm is just going straight to India. Like it's just piling in people from the opposite side of the world, not America. Because right now in America, 12:52 on a Wednesday afternoon, no one's fucking, like, everyone's at work. You know what I mean? No one has any, like, no one's able to just be in their bed and chill. Nah. They're all, yeah, see that's insane. That's actually insane. That's wild. That's wild. All right, boys, let's get back to for loops. Let's go like this. Let's go like that. Oh, no, I can. Yeah, I feel like that was an unfair measure of Python on me, because print statements, I've heard that they just take infinitely longer compared to just like what's actually happening on the back end. Or like to actually do that, there's a lot more things that have to happen underneath the hood, and it's a lot more. Okay, that was an unfair thing, but that's how many things the console can print. How about that? That's fair. In 10 seconds, that's how many things we can print into the console. 5 million. Yeah, that's fair. That seems fair. Okay. Let's go.
So we could say index of. We could also just loop through a series of numbers. So I could say index over here. And again, this can be anything. I'm just going to call it index. So we could say for index in range, and then in here I can pass in a number. So I could pass in like 10, for example. And down here, I'm just going to print out the index. When I run this program, you guys will see that it's basically going to print out every number in the range from 0 to 10, not including 10. So starting with 0, it's going to print out 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay.
But notice that it didn't print out 10. So it's essentially just printing out all the numbers between 0 and 10, not including 10. You can also specify a range of numbers. So I could say, for example, like 3 and 10. And now this will print out all the numbers between 3 and 10, not including 10. So we'll run this program. And you can see we print out 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and not 10. So whatever value that you put here in this second position is not going to get included in the range. And ranges can be...
Okay. So for ranging... I'm sorry, I need to rewind just a tad bit, a snippet.
I could say, for example, like 3 and 10. And now this will print out all the numbers between 3 and 10, not including 10.
3 to 9, correct?
So we'll run this program. And you can see we print out...
Not including 10 is so... I don't like how... That doesn't seem intuitive. Because it's 3, you're printing in the beginning number, but the last number, I would feel like you need a... You know, it makes sense. Okay, it makes sense. It doesn't have to be intuitive, but it makes sense. That is, yeah. Okay, I need to get my. I'm gonna face my fan to where it's blowing on my PC, because currently the PC is in the microwave right here, and it's a death box. It's a metal death box. It'll literally melt itself. It'll literally melt itself. So we have got to... No, that's too high. Alright. Fan is blowing into the microwave PC. And we should be cooking now. The stream should cool down, so to speak. Alright, let's see. Damn. That's true. That is unfortunately true. But no, that was necessary. That felt necessary. Pro tip: press Alt Tab. Alt Tab to switch between windows. You don't have to use your mouse that much. Okay, that's good. That's good to know. Let's see. Hook this. Alt Tab. See, but we're on. This is like this window. I have to. Yeah, but no, that's still good to Alt Tab. Good to know. Good shortcuts enough. All right. Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and not 10. So whatever value that you put...
So let's do 100 and a comma, and then it's gonna do everything up. So if we're to do 102, it should do 100 through 200. I hope that's what I pray happens. Like this, 200, and then 100. We got it. All right.
Put here in this second position is not going to get included in the range. And ranges can be really useful. So for example, I could use a range to loop through an array just like we did before. So if I wanted, I could say something like for index in range, and now inside of this range, I can pass in the length of the array. So just so you guys know, if I wanted to get the length of this array, in other words, if I wanted to figure out how many elements were inside of it, I could just type out len and then inside parentheses the name of the array. And so this is gonna spit out 3 because there's 3 elements inside of here, right? Kind of makes sense. So
what about this? This. Len friends. How did you do this?
these elements were inside of it, I could just type out len and then inside parentheses the name of the array. And so this is going to spit out 3 because there's
If I were to just do that,
3 elements inside of
if I were to just do that, is this like a print statement or is this? Wait, no. Oh, I didn't read the fucking. Fuck am I looking at? Okay, for index and range.
here, right? Kind of makes sense.
Don't you have to?
So what I can do is I can say down
Okay,
here
that's
inside
why.
of this range function, I can just type in len and then
French. That's why. Okay, that I just need to play the fucking video. We need to chat. You need to remind me if I'm ever overcomplicating something. Just say play the fucking video, because it's like I was pausing it and he wasn't done fucking typing. He wasn't done fucking typing. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna do some stupid things. If that happens. Okay. We're gonna go. Bam, Len. Ooh. Okay. Go like this. And then we're gonna go print index. Let's see. We can play it a
So
little
what this is
longer.
going to do is it's going to essentially give me a range between 0 and the number of friends inside of this list. So down here I could actually type out friends index. And this
You have to do that index. Or you have to do bam and then friends? No. What am I doing? Okay, so what we're gonna try to do is we're gonna basically print all these out. That's the goal. I was doing this completely wrong. Okay. For blank in range. Here we go. That makes infinitely more sense. Print. That makes so much more sense. Why is that wrong?
will allow me to access each individual friend inside of this list, just like we did before, but now I'm doing it with a range.
What's wrong with this? It's just not spelled correctly. Let's run it. What the fuck's happening with this? Why is it not looking good? Wrong data type? Oh. So we can't use this is what you're saying basically? Like we're not allowed to use this inside of this for loop, basically. Is that correct? Some for shits and giggles, that's fun. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'm doing. What am I doing wrong? Let's undebug. Let's stop this. Oh no. We got something, ladies and gentlemen, as of to fucking what? I don't know. What the fuck am I? Okay, for friend in range, Len. What am I looking at? Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay. Yeah, I guess I was just trying to use use this specific data type. Like that was kind of the goal of it. But okay, we'll do that. We'll try to go like this. People in chat. Old. OLD. Or new. We'll do this. You know, people in chat, new equal to. Oh no, it's the box in there. Bring it like this. C, Control V. None of this. Or yeah, okay, let's get some of those in there. Comma. Let's get homie. I hope I spelled that correctly. And yeah. And I don't think there needs to be a thing right here. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to go friends in new. New. Tell me, is that gonna work? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen. We're chilling. We're chilling. That makes sense. Okay, so for friend, so for this could be fucking anything. It doesn't matter. It could be or no spaces though. That's not allowed. It could be that. It doesn't matter. Chilling. Look at that. Let's go like. Why does it print it twice though? That's my question. Oh, because there's two. Okay. What if we're to get rid of this? Let's try this real quick.
See.
Interesting. Well, why does that not work? That's so. Why? Why? Eh. 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 It'll figure itself out. Okay.
You can see I'm typing out Jim.
Why does his look so nice and mine looks so? What? Is this not a comma? That is a comma. Why did
0
mine look
and
so
the
weird?
number of friends inside of this list. So down here I could actually type out friends.
Okay. Okay. No, that makes sense. That totally makes sense. Sure. Okay. Yeah. I think we're cooking right now. Like, I think we're cooking. Sir Ramo. Sir Ramo. It is nice to see you, my guy. It is nice. It is nice to see you, my guy. Oh, I did not know that you have a VR, or maybe you don't, but you play VR chat. At least I think you do. And you have the. So maybe we might need to get a few raids going, if you know what I mean. We might need to get a few raids going, if you know what I mean. Okay. I've never actually joined, like, I've only played the game like 3 times. It came with my RTX 5080. I've only played the game like a few times, so I really don't know what I'm doing. But it'd be fun to learn. Okay. Yo. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go right here because our guy is kind of cooking with really helpful information. Like, this is incredibly helpful information. It's a good way of looking at that. Okay. Yeah. It's so strange. Like, it'll like hover at like 2 views. Like the stream will hover at 2 views. Then it'll spike to like 8. And it'll just be a bunch of people you know, but it'll be like at the same millisecond. It's crazy. Okay. This is thanks to everyone in chat, by the way. I hope you know that. Like, all this progress is thanks to chat. Okay. Okay, now here's our goal right now. Here's what we're gonna go. Whenever he does this, whenever he prints this loop, this for loop, it looks really pretty. Okay, and I'll show you what I mean by that.
Index, and this will allow me to access each individual friend inside of this list, just like we did before. But now I'm
When
doing
he runs
it.
it, look at that. When he runs this, right, it looks pretty. It looks pretty. It looks really pretty, right? There's no stuff on the outsides of it, right? So, how do we do that? What am I missing? What am I missing? We can go like this for now. We can. We're gonna paste it down here for later dissection. Actually, we can just get rid of it. We can just space it out over there. Okay, so why does this not work? Why does this not look like his? You see, when he prints out like that, it looks beautiful. I'll see you later, Duck. I'll see you later, my boy Duck. You have an amazing one. It is, once again, amazing to see you in chat. It's amazing to have you here. Thank you for joining. You get some sleep if you need sleep. Okay? You probably need some fucking sleep. You get some sleep. Okay, so yeah, here's the goal, right? Here's the goal. We are trying to not print the exact same thing, but we have, right, people in chat new. It's just a random ass variable, right? I'm trying to print this out, but just this. Just fracture 0 and your name. Okay, that's what I'm trying to get out, right? Yes, sleep. Go to sleep. You need sleep, okay? I'm learning that I need to do these streams infinitely earlier, and I need to lock it. Like, I don't know what 10 o'clock my time is for you guys. It's like, it does really suck that like our schedules are so flipped. You know what I mean? But yes, sleep, please. I beg of you. I'll catch you later, my guy. You have an amazing new fucking year. You're gonna wake up in the new year, or you're already in the new year, actually. So, whichever it is, it doesn't. Have a great fucking rest of your time. Okay, great sleep, sweet dreams. Okay, I hope you dream of Python, and yeah, I was about to say something, but that probably wouldn't have been okay. Yeah. See you, bro. Yeah, here's the goal. I want to just print Fracture's name and your name. Right? That's the goal. That is the goal. What's different from my for that's fucking odd. I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm fucking retarded. You're probably typing some shit out to explain why I'm fucking retarded. For God damn it, dude. I'm fucking dude. Sometimes I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, you could say. One could inquire that I'm not the sharpest. I'm not sharp. One could inquire. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, for eye and range. This seems like such a weird way of doing this. This seems so. Maybe I'm not thinking like a computer yet, so it's like maybe I just need to rip out my biological mushy neural networks and I even need to replace it with some fucking Neuralink or some shit. That's what I'm thinking I need to do, right? I need to replace my brain with a Neuralink so I start thinking in Python. Because right now my mushy neural network's like, oh, this thing has to be over here, but we just gotta print it and my brain is lacking. Let's proceed, ladies and gentlemen. Let's proceed.
With a range. So you can see I'm typing out Jim, Karen, and Kevin. So actually, for each iteration through this loop, it's basically going to be printing out friends 0, friends 1, and then friends 2. Because in here, we're passing in a 3. And remember, whatever I pass in there, it's going to range from 0 all the way up to that number, but not including that number. So that's another way that we could print out all the elements in the array.
Oh no,
and
it
looping through.
Oh, it is now. So before the problem that I was having was it was printing in a really weird way. Like watch, I'll remove this. Run. And it's doing that. It was weird, right? But if we go over here, we just oh, that's the wrong. Fuck. Where's the back button? Oh, well. Yeah, so here that was a problem was I had a string of numbers right here, like that, or a string of letters, and it wasn't matching this. So it just didn't do that. And I was curious as to why that was, but I was being fucking retarded. It was the thing. And now it does that. So we're good. Yeah, homie, probably. Yeah, okay. It makes sense. Okay. Ah. It makes me feel a lot better. It makes me feel a lot better. Because that's good to know. That is good to know. Because yesterday we were stuck on 4 loops. Or sorry, no. Building a simple game, a simple password for like 3 hours. It felt like an eternity. But that's good to know. That's good to know. Thank you, my guy. We all have those moments. Let's just say I have those moments quite often. Quite often, you could say. One could inquire. I have them. I'm a little silly Billy. You know what I mean? Okay. Whoa, what the I can't resize the window. You can kind of see where my cursor would be. I can't resize the window. Chapped ass lips. Okay, I'm getting so sidetracked. Why is this? I'm just realizing you can spin shit. Okay, I'm getting so fucking sidetracked, it's not funny. Okay. God, now it's gonna be a little off. Whatever. There's no. Ooh. Ooh. Why? Why? There we go. Okay, we got it. I don't know how, but we got it. Okay. This is, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little confusing. I'm just curious as to why this and this. Maybe he'll give another example. He said he was gonna give multiple examples. That's a lie. He's at the end of this tutorial, the end of this bit. So
Something
we'll see
like an
what he does.
array is actually a very, very common use case for loops. But like I said, we can use for loops to loop through essentially any collection that we have. So we could loop through like a string. We could also loop through, something like an array. So this can be really useful, and that's sort of the basics of for loops in Python. And I also want to show you guys one more example just while we're here. So why don't we go ahead and print out a range up to 5, right? So this will just be a simple program. You can use all sorts of logic inside of these for loops. So let's say that I wanted to do something special on the first iteration of the loop. So I could say if index is equal to 0, and if the index is 0, then we know it's the first iteration of the loop. So I could do something special. I could like print out first iteration, and then other.
Okay, so in this for loop, it's index and range 5. If index equal to 0, print first iteration. So it should be first iteration 2, 3, 4, 5. Right?
Otherwise, we could just print like not first. So this would be an example of like,
oh, so now
maybe
it's
you
just
want
gonna
to
go first iteration not in
do something on the first iteration of the loop and do something else on subsequent iterations. So if I play this,
first iteration not, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Otherwise, I feel like you would have printed first iteration 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe. No, it would have just. Yeah. I think I need caffeine right now to maintain consciousness. I think I need some caffeine to maintain consciousness. That might be necessary. Okay. We're like at the very piss end of this tutorial. Where okay, here's the thing, right? Did I grasp? I kind of get the for loop. I'm curious about this bit. And this bit. Like this bit. Or like, I'm not curious about this bit. This makes sense. It's this bit. That doesn't make too much sense to me. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little. I'm not thinking like a computer yet, and so this doesn't. I'm seeing this as words, not fucking binary ones and zeros. So it doesn't make sense. I'm gonna learn it more on my lunch break today, but I feel like it's still good though. I still got the idea. I'll be able to grasp it a lot easier on my lunch break.
this, you'll see only on the first iteration is it printing this out, and otherwise it's printing out other stuff. So don't be afraid to put some complex logic inside of these for loops, because it can really make your programs more powerful.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now at the exponential function. Isn't that just this? Isn't that just my tell me I'm wrong. Okay, loop equals 3. And then how do we do this? If we're trying to make it exponential, we're trying to fucking god damn it, dude. My brain's shutting off. I don't understand how anybody could muster a will to watch this shit. Like, my brain's shutting off as you speak. Y'all must meditate on a minutely basis. That must be how it goes. You know, I'm over here. He's teaching us something new. Obviously, it's. Never mind.
In this
Never
tutorial,
mind.
I'm going to show you guys how to
Never
build
mind.
an exponent function. Now, an exponent function is basically going to allow us to take a certain number and raise it to a specific power.
We should be able to do that already, no? How do we? What do we initiate it with? Is it an if statement? We're gonna do. Oh, that's awesome. Sir Potato. Sir Potato. That is good to know. I can pronounce potato infinitely easier. Okay, that's sick. What you doing there, my guy? Are those like the winning lottery ticket numbers or something? What was happening? What was this? What is this? Okay. I don't. Okay, okay. Here's the goal, right? We're trying to make an exponential thing. Okay, we have input. Enter a number. Okay. Input. Enter num. We're like that. Okay. And then here's what we're gonna do next. Input. Oh, we need this to make this int. Like this, go like this, go like that, go like this. Nope, wrong. Like that, go like this. int, bam, input. And then watch this. This is what we're gonna do now. We're gonna go enter a exponential. I don't give a shit if that's how it's spelled or not. I don't give a shit. Like this. Num1. Like this. Num1 equals. We're gonna set the exponent to exp equals input. Okay. So now, okay, we're gonna go back to here. How did he do it? Functions, return statement, if statements. Okay. You guys are awesome. I hope you know that. Y'all are awesome. Okay, how do I... Oh, sorry, we're looking for something in the back. Way to compute. Give me a moment, please. We have to search through this. Oh, def. Yeah, obviously. That's the one. Def. D-E. God damn. Def. We're going to do... Math. Bam. We're going to do num1. Right now, we're making a basic calculator that's going to make an exponential. It's going to be able to do an exponent for two numbers, okay? So num1, comma, exp for the exponent, okay? If this doesn't work, then I'm fucking clinically retarded. Yes. And then here's what we're gonna do. All right, we're gonna go like this. We're gonna do num1, x to the power of exp. exp. I think that should work. Now we should like this. print. And then we have to do math. Right? And then we have to do num1, comma, exp. Does this work? No. Oh, maybe. Number 1, we're going to do 4. Exponential is going to be 2. Damn it, we did something a little wrong. What's wrong with this? Maybe it's, do you have to do a return? No, okay, I know it. How did he do it? It was re2rn equals math. Fuck, how did he do it? And then you print. No, answer. We're gonna do answer. This is what we're gonna do. Answer equals math. Print. Then how do we do this? Not math. That's. What am I doing? What am I doing wrong? I feel like I feel like this is so jank. Like one couldn't. What is up, my boy? What is up? It's nice seeing you here. It's very nice seeing you here. I feel like. Man, bro's not living in the future. He's quite literally living a few days in the past. Literally. Okay. What am I doing wrong? Okay. This part I'm a little confused about. I won't lie. I'm a little confuzzled about that. This doesn't need to go that far down here. I'm a little bit confuzzled about this. So what I'm trying to do right now, I guess I should have specified this, right? I should have specified this. Hold up, Okay, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to ask for 2 numbers. The first one is going to be the number in which you are making fucking words. The first one is going to be the number, the base number, but then the second one is going to be the exponent. We're going to ask for the first number, but then we're going to ask for the exponential. Then and then like this is, I'm thinking how we do this, right? But then, okay, where are we at? Chat, remember this number. Oh, we're at the very beginning of this. So exponential functions. Never mind. We're going to go back to definitions.
And then
we're just going to go back here a little bit.
Is technically the third element inside of the list. It has an index of 2. And that's because we start indexing at index position 1. And so that's just kind of how lists work, and that's how list indexes work.
Yeah. Functions, here we go.
Additional information. Up here I can just say,
okay, here's this last little bit is what I need. Okay, so fine. Okay, it doesn't matter, okay? Oh! Okay, hold up. I think I know what to do. Okay. So math, so here's what we need to do. Answer equals let's try this. Oh, shoot. 3, 2. Okay, we had this last time. Okay. So what we need to do is fuck. Okay. Need them to return statement. Okay.
Correct answer back.
Oh, this is literally it right here. The H is what I was missing. Then do we have to do num1 comma num2? Or sorry, no, exp. Exp. Let's do that. Let's try it. Num1, we're gonna do the exponential of we're gonna do an exponential of 3, 2. I don't know if I was supposed to do that. I won't gap. Let's try that again. I feel like we're on the right track, though. We're gonna do 5. 0. That's definitely not right. Maybe we have to do. Maybe it's. Yeah, it's the math part that's not working. So I'm curious as to how do we write if we want to use how do we do how to write exponential in Python? Is it 3? No. How do I do just a because we don't want it to be hard rooted into it. We want it to be the number of I'll check it out for a moment. Here, settings. No, but it's probably going to say it wants to multiply it. Why? Okay. Turn. It's not on. Yeah, it wouldn't do it. I doubt it would do it. Okay, let's see. Number one, is it 2 maybe? Maybe it's 2 carrots. Definitely not. EXP. Yeah, it's definitely not that. Maybe it's return. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it's bam, bam. Maybe it's bam. Maybe it's bam, bam, bam. Maybe it's bam, bam. Okay, hopefully this doesn't just multiply. I think that just multiplies it. Let's run it. Oh, in Google. Nah. Let's do 3. 3. Okay, so it done it. It works. Oh, you can't see it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know how long that's been like that. You literally didn't get to see any of the other results. Any of the other wonky shit that happened. My bad. My bad. Look at that. It works. 3 to the exponent of 3 is that, indeed. So let's do 3 to 7. It should be like a trillion octillion. That's it. I guess that is still quite a bit. Let's do bigger numbers. Let's do 4 to 12. That's how you build an exponential calculator. Now, where were we? We did all that instead of just watching the video. We did all this instead of watching the fucking video. We could just watch the video. We could have just watched the fucking video. Holy shit. Hey, if that was legendary to you, if that was legendary, I'd appreciate if you consider subscribing. I know some of you already are. It would be amazing if you'd consider subscribing. If this is something you're interested in, that's all. If this is something you like doing, if this is something like programming and shit, learning how to program, I'd appreciate it greatly. Thank you for those that you have. Thank you. All right. Dude, we're all learning here. we are all learning here.
In this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to build an exponent function. Now, an exponent function is basically going to allow us to take a certain number and raise it to a specific power. So in Python, there's actually a really easy way to do this. I could come down here and I could print.
He's going to do it in 3
We
seconds.
could say like 2, and we can just do 2 multiplication signs.
That's good to know. Yeah.
And I could
Like,
say 3. And this
I don't know why, but I don't like that. That just looks goofy.
is basically
Looks
just going to
goofy.
be 2 raised to the 3rd power. So you can see here, I can just print this out and we get 8 because that's 2 cubed.
See, we discovered that on our own, chat. We discovered that on our own.
So it's really easy to do exponents in Python, but I want to show you guys how we can use something like a for loop in order to create a function like this of our own. So we'll actually create an exponent function that will basically do this, and we'll use for loops to do it. So
That we are.
let's create a function. So I'm just going to say def, and now we need to give this function a name. So why don't we call it raise to power? And inside of here, I'm going to accept 2 parameters. The first parameter is going to be the base number, and then the second parameter is going to be the power number. So we're going to take the base number and raise it to the power number. So over here, we can just make a colon. Now, inside of this function, we need to start writing some code. Here's the thing. Inside the function, we don't necessarily know the value of this pownum, right? For example, if we knew that we were just trying to like...
That is why, that's like why I didn't want to do it like, just hard do it to where it's like this. You know what I mean? Like that would have been, then the exponent couldn't have changed. And if the exponent can't change, then it's not really a calculator, so to speak. You know? So this is what, yeah.
square this number or cube this number, I could just return like base num times base num, right? That would square the number, or I could cube the number base num. So this would be like the number cubed. The problem is though, we don't know like right off the bat what this value is going to be, right? This could change, like the user can decide that. So in order to write this function, we're actually going to need to use a for loop. And I'm going to show you guys how we can use a for loop to basically figure this out. So the first thing I want to do is create a variable, and I'm just going to call it result. And we're just going to set result equal to 1. So we're going to start this off at 1.
I'm very curious.
Now I want to create a for loop. So I'm basically just going to say for, and over here, I basically want to specify like a index. So I'm going to say index in, and now I want to specify a range. And a range will basically range us through a collection of numbers. So basically I want to multiply the base num by itself as many times as the pownum specifies, right? So over
It's a way of doing it, for
here,
sure.
I can just make this
But, like,
a range of
I don't know if that's...
pownum, right? And so we'll basically loop through this for loop as many times as pownum. So if pownum is 2, we'll loop through it twice. If pownum is 4, we'll loop through it 4 times.
I feel like this is a... I'm not going to lie. Like, I know that we're accomplishing the exact same thing. This is a lot fucking simpler. Like, if we were to remove some of these fucking spaces, too. Like, look. Tiny little thing. You know, and it's like fucking inputs, and then here's the whole function right here. And then that's what we're doing. Like, it's so much simpler than... Man, maybe my brain just doesn't...
And every time through the loop, we'll multiply base num by itself. Or actually, you'll see we're going to multiply it by this result. And so down here...
Oh, wait, chat, for y'all that are regular, I stumbled upon a live stream yesterday, and there was a little bit of lo-fi going in the background. There's just a little bit of lo-fi in the background, and it was very pleasant to the ear. And I was like, and like, you know, it was like, if anything, it was just vibey. You know what I mean? So should I have just a tiny little bit of lo-fi in the background? Or should I keep that shit asshole fucking silent? Or a little bit of lo-fi? You let me know, because, you know, sometimes it is nice to just it being quiet, but you know what I mean? Like, sometimes it's nice to be quiet, sometimes it's nice for lo-fi. So let me know for the regulars. You don't know how to code? Well, if you'll go here to freedcodecamp.org, you go to this video. It's that. That's how you start. That's how you start. And you go section by section by section by section until you know and understand how to program. That's how you do it. No one knows how to program until they kind of do. You know, even the person that sent a rocket to the moon, they didn't know how to program until they did. You know. Well, you got it. You got it. Thank you, Mike G. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Sincerely. Sincerely. Okay. That's the wonderful thing. If you'll go back to yesterday. Actually, you know, we can do this right here. Watch this. Go right here. This is a very important thing. You know, like, this may seem a little silly on the surface level, but this is a very important question. What if after all of that you don't understand it? Let's see. We're going to go to YouTube. Let's see what we did yesterday. Let's see what happened yesterday. We can go to our channel. Which, holy shit. That's crazy. That's wild that we're going that much. Let's go right over here. Oh, no. Let's go right over here. Let's go right over to here. This 4.5 hour long stream. This is like one section of this. This was like this much. 4.5. Look at this. Look at that. That's 10 minutes. 10 minutes. 4 hours. So if you don't understand it, go back. Do it again. Go back and do it again. And then if you really truly aren't getting it, one more.
Is our output.
Watch another tutorial. Watch another tutorial. It's a very good question. That is a very, very, very good question. It might seem really silly at the surface, but underneath the hood is a lot of frustration of 4.5 hours, wherever the hell the thing went, of just wanting to put a bullet in between your eyes. So I would highly recommend just starting. At the beginning, it's really intimidating, but then you understand one thing, and then you understand the next thing, and then it all eventually just blends together. Like here, like, you know, and even this simple little thing, like right now we're learning inside of this right here. What we're learning is how to do an exponential function. He's doing it in a really weird way. Maybe it's going to make sense in a second when we finish the tutorial, but we could, you know what I mean? Like, we used all this prior knowledge to figure out how to do it, just like by stitching shit together, by stitching different functions, definitions, and a bunch of shit, and eventually you just understand it. You know what I mean? It's really difficult at first, don't get me wrong. It requires hours. It requires hours of sitting there being uncomfortable, and your brain is fucking numb. I'm gonna skip to a random fucking point inside of this thing, and I'm probably gonna be having an aneurysm.
Up here, I created a few different variables.
Watch. How do you make a robot arm? Un momento, boring job this planet has ever seen. What the fuck? What I'm trying to get at is this is 4 hours of a brain aneurysm, okay? That's how you learn. You have multiple repeated brain aneurysms, and I'm learning right now. Today I've learned a little bit. You know what I mean? Today I just learned a bit. So, if you want to watch us learn all of Python for a robot arm that we're going to be building, consider subscribing. It would mean the world to me. I mean, you do not have to. You know, you don't have to, but it would genuinely mean the world to me. You're like a early bird to the shit that this is going to end up being. So, I'd appreciate it if you consider subscribing. For those of you that have, once again, you know who you are. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. CS degree? I don't know what that is. But that seems very, very interesting. If you're talking about CSS, I know that. I don't know too much about college. That's why. Oh, you're talking. Okay, it's learning online. Yeah. Yeah. One second. I had to. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's continue with learning how to do what we just did, because we already learned it. Let's continue.
Inside of this for loop, I can basically say result is equal to result times base num. This should actually give us everything we need to take this number to the specific power. So the actual like result, you know, of doing the math is going to get stored inside of this result variable. So
result
the first time through the loop.
Okay, so for or def, that's what it is. Def raised to power base num pow num. Result equals 1. For index in range pow num. For index in range pow num. Result equals to result times base number. So if base number is 2, pow number is 2, what's going to happen is we're going to have result equal to 1. For index in range pow num, let's say it's 2, We're going to do 2. Result equals result times base num. So 2 times 2, what is that? 4. That's exactly what it is. Yo, you watched a movie in that time? What was the Aladdin? It started with an A. Aladdin? How was the movie? Let us know. 10 out of 10 recommend. 10 out of 10 recommendation. Okay. Y'all are some silly individuals. You know that. Some silly individuals. Okay. I think I get this at least. I feel like I'm being dumb and I'm not getting something. Maybe he's not done finishing. I'm gonna play it.
We're just multiplying base num by 1, right? And so now result is going to become the same value as base num. The second time through the loop, so this would be if we were squaring the number, we're basically multiplying result by base num again. So it's essentially just...
So that I don't have to dig back into the chat a million miles. Tell me what the movie was again. It started with an A. I don't remember that. At least I feel like it started. Was it Aladdin or something? Something. I forget.
Base num times base num. The third time through the loop, we're multiplying result times base num. So we're essentially just like...
We're gonna rewind this a tad bit. Oh, were you watching the SpongeBob movie? Oh.
Variable, and I'm just going to call it result. And we're just going to set result equal to 1. So we're going to start this with 1.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just rewind just a bit, just a tad, because I need to understand this.
Now I want to create a for loop. So I'm basically just going to say for, and over here I basically want to specify like a index. So I'm going to say index.
Which Aladdin? Like the original cartoon or the remake? Which one was it? Let me know.
And now I want to specify a range. And a range will basically range us through a collection of numbers. So basically I want to multiply the base num by itself as many times as the pow num specifies.
I'll keep that in mind when I'm dozing off tonight. I might give Aladdin a watch.
Right. So over here, I can just make this a range of pow num, right? And so we'll basically loop through this for loop as many times as pow num. So if pow num is 2, we'll loop through it twice. If pow num is 4, we'll loop through it 4 times. And every time through the loop, we'll multiply base num by itself. Or actually, you'll see we're going to multiply it by this result. And so down here inside of this for loop, I can basically say result is equal to result times base num. This should actually give us everything we need to take this number to the specific power. So the actual like result, of doing the math is going to get stored inside of this result variable.
I'm going to have to do some homework because specifically this range function isn't really, it's not really clocking. It's not really clocking in my noggin right now. But that's okay. It doesn't have to right now. I guess you could say I don't understand why you don't just simply go for index in range, or so for index in pow num. I don't know why you have to do range in pow num. It's not really clocking. Not really clocking. You know what I mean? Usually gooses.
The first
range just okay. This is ours on ranges. Holy shit! Good explanation right there. W's in chat. W's for fucking Ramo in chat. Holy shit, that makes sense. Range power, that makes literally your explanation literally makes perfect sense. for range and index, range, pownum. Let's say pownum is, let's say you typed in 3, you cubed it, then it's gonna range 3 times. That makes fucking sense now. W, bro. Holy shit. That was the part that I was like confused about. Like that didn't make sense to me. Like this is, I was so, oh, okay. W Ramo in chat. W fucking Ramo. Okay. That was fucking, dude. That fucking makes sense. Holy shit. I was so confused. I was like, this is great and all, but like, I'm gonna have to go figure this shit out later. That makes sense. W. Absolute fucking W's. That makes sense now. We've learned something today. We have learned that is an that's a way, this is a way of doing it. We've learned now that because of Ramo, this makes sense now. W. Fucking W.
First time through the loop, we're just multiplying base num by 1, right? And so now result is going to become the same value as base num.
Okay.
The second time through the loop, so this would be if we were squaring the number, we're basically multiplying result by base num again. So it's essentially just base num times base num.
This all makes sense now. Literally, this all like makes complete logical sense now because of this one tiny, because of your explanation of how the fuck this is interacting with this. That all of this makes sense. W fucking Ramo. W. Damn. Amazing. Okay.
Third time through the loop, we're multiplying result times base num. So we're essentially just like cubing the number. So that's essentially what this for loop is doing for us. So the last thing I want to do is right here below this for loop, I'm just going to return the result. So we'll be able to return whatever the result of raising to the power was. All right, so let's come down after this function and we're just going to call it. So I'm just going to say, actually, we'll print out the answer.
That's true, right? That you can use this. This is another way of doing it, but we want to have the exponential be inputted by the user. We want it to be variable. This is good for static things. Like if we wanted it to be power 2, you know what I mean? Then it's going to be 4. Power 3. It's going to be 9, or whatever the fuck it's going to be. You know what I mean? Like that's good for certain situations, but we want it to vary. You know what I mean? Enter the exponential right here. We'll run through it real quick, right? We're going to move my fat ass first. We're going to go right here. Enter first number, 5. So the exponential of 5. What is that going to be? It's a lot. It's a lot, but it makes sense though. Okay. Wise, yes. Okay. Let's continue. Lock in, boys. Lock in.
So I'm going to say raise to power. And inside of these parentheses, remember, we can pass 2 numbers. So let's raise 3.
See, inside of his thing that he's doing, right? He's doing, or wait.
To the second.
Yeah, so what he's doing is he has to enter it into the actual code. He doesn't get to input it later on inside of like the terminal. He has to manually input it right here. We have an input. We are prompting the user to give input. That's what I kind of like about this. It's like a full loop. Prompt the user to get input, get that input, and spit out more data. Complete. This is just, it spits out data.
Power. So
he's gonna run it. It's gonna spit out data.
And we'll see how this works. So let's run the program.
See, like that. Whenever you run his program, it just spits out data. It's cool. It's a cool way of doing it. You know, there's different times when you need to do different things. But that was our goal. I like, especially for like learning, I like it when it's a full loop. You know what I mean? Enter an input, do a calculation, spit out data. Sometimes you just need to press fucking run and it does this though. It's whatever.
And you can see down here in the console, we're getting 9. Let's try something a little bit crazier. Let's try 3 to the 4th power. And we'll run this and we get 81. So that's 3 to the 4th power. let's try 2 to the third power. And we're getting 8. Yeah, so that makes sense. So our raise the power function is working just as expected. And I'll just walk you guys through it one more time. So inside of this function, we're taking in 2 pieces of input. We're taking in a base number and we're taking in a pow number. So that's like the base number is going to be taken to the power number. I'm defining a variable here called result. And result is where we're going to store the actual result of doing the math. Now we specify this for loop. And I'm basically...
Interesting way of doing it. It really is an interesting way of doing it. But it works. That literally, like, it's funny because it's like out of everything inside of this program, this is the part I understand the most now. Like, your explanation was so well. Like, I understand this bit. Sir Ramo, I understand this bit the most out of this whole thing now.
Saying that I want to loop through this range of numbers. When I put pownum here, it's basically going to range from 0 all the way up to, but not including the power number. So we'll basically loop through power number of times, if that makes sense. And then
we're going to pause it real quick. Whenever it comes to it's so strange. I never really would have thought that C++ is like for games. Like that makes sense, but like if we go right here, right? Arduino IDE. Like this is C++. What the fuck's that? Why is this? Oh, look, it updated. Finally. Let's see if we go here. File, examples. Nah, we still need to do some stuff to this. Still configure it. But, yeah, so it's like, it's strange because this is, I'm used to like, let's go to basic. This is just for an Arduino, for those of you that don't know. I'm sure a lot of you do though. Examples, basic. Let's go with Blink. Open this up. We'll go right over here. Okay, I can't really see. I hope that it looks okay though. Let's go like this. No, this isn't the front. Like this real quick. We go like that. Yeah. Right? Nope. Lord have mercy. Lord of mercy. Okay, so this right here is C++, and this is like a really basic program. I guess it's a built-in, it's an Arduino IDE. So it's like an Arduino code. Arduino has its own code. That's why I'm thinking about. That's why I'm thinking about C++ as for Arduinos. Is it really good for not web development, game development? I don't know. Whatever. Huh. Interesting. We can exit that out. Sorry, side tangent. Side tangent. We like getting distracted. I think you guys know that by now. C++ is different. Yeah. I feel like Arduino has its own like language kind of. W fucking notch. W fucking notch. That's insane. No one in this modern world would ever recommend you do that. Like that's lunacy. That's lunacy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Here's the thing, guys. We need to be honest with ourselves. You can make anything with anything. You know what I mean? Because it's like, here's the thing. There's Code Bullet. He's a great guy. He's a really great guy. I feel like I recognize you, but I don't remember. Yeah, Code Bullet. He's a great guy. He programmed a bunch of different games in the most, like, inside the File Explorer. Like, let me move this up. The File Explorer. You're probably like, oh, there's no language. Yeah, no, he did it. I mean, it was shit. He made Flappy Bird and File Explorer, okay? So it's like, does it fucking matter? No, there's just some things are easier to do, and there's more tutorials to accomplish something for certain languages that, you know what I mean? Like, if you tried fucking hard enough, you could probably make HTML do some crazy shit. you probably fucking could. You know what I mean? Obviously, if you add a little bit of JavaScript and a little bit of CSS, it looks like a masterpiece. But if you do not have those two things, you could, theoretically speaking, with enough effort, make shit happen. Okay, let's get back to this. We, as always, are sidetracked harder than fucking last time. What's up, my boy? What is up? Nice having you here. Thank you. Oh, wow. GTA 5 was made in C++? That's crazy. Really? That's insane. Oh, whatever. That's wild. Okay, let's go. He's at the piss end of this little bit right here. He's done explaining it. He's at the piss end.
Every time through the loop,
rewind just a second.
I want to loop through this range.
If you're new here and you like watching autism and its navigation through learning Python, please consider subscribing. Only if you want to. You're under your own free will, though. You do you. Thank you for those who have, though. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Let's get to 1,000.
Range of numbers. When I put pownum here, it's basically going to range from 0 all the way up to, but not including the power number. So we'll basically loop through power number of times, if that makes sense. And then every time through the loop, we're just multiplying result by base num. And then we're just returning results. So that's the basics of building a power function. And obviously, like, if you're just trying to take a number to a power in Python, it's really easy. But this kind of shows you, like, the internal workings, right? For a function like that to work, we would have to actually type something out just like this.
We are almost there, ladies and gentlemen. We are cooking. I mean, yes, I know. After this one, we're going. Oh, wrong one. Where is it? Code, bro. Here. Oh, wrong one. Yeah.
Ready to level up your...
Oh my god. I can't. Yeah, I know after this tutorial we're going to this one, which might be a little bit longer, but that's okay. That's okay. That is okay. That is very true. This is a very true statement. Very true statement. You know what? Fuck it. I'll show you. I'll show y'all. I actually made a HTML tutorial, regrettably, a very long time ago. Very long time ago. Manage videos. I hope there's nothing too sensitive in here. When was this? 23. This is a minute ago. I don't remember anything from this. And it's so bad. It's so bad. But you know what I was trying to also learn with this? Actually, I'll explain it in like the first 2 seconds of the video. I was trying to learn. This is our channel, by the way. It's just an unlisted video because it's ass and uninformative. I was trying to explain HTML, or trying to learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Don't do it. Learn one language at a time. This was a fatal flaw. I fell off HTML harder than last time. Web development didn't happen. I was going to do it, but when you are trying to learn JavaScript, HTML, and CSS, you just want to kill yourself. So I would highly recommend learning one language at a time. Or have a good foundation in one. Yeah, no, you know what I mean? Yeah. What's up, my boy? I'm glad you're here. Glad you joined us. We are just looking at some old shit. Some shit you don't need to see. We're almost done with this, boys. We're almost done with this. OPT sender code? What's an OPT sender code? Print. All right. We're gonna fix it up real quick. We'll make it look pretty. Let's try it. Print answer input. What am I? Dude, it is glad. I'm glad to see you as well, my friend. I'm very glad to see you as well. It is nice to have individuals I recognize in this place. Very nice. It's so that's the annoying part about YouTube chat. Not like people in chat, but like YouTube framing chat. You can't like tell me like you guys can't tell me exactly what to type because it'll like come out really weird. Our boy. Our boy. To be honest, we're a little late, but that's okay. That is okay. 2 hours late. 2 hours, 6 minutes, and 13 seconds late. But that's okay. Hey, but late's better than late is so much better than never. Okay, for those of you that just joined us, because we got a few people in here, what we're trying to do is we're trying to build a robot arm. But what we need to do in order to build a robot arm is, well, we need motors in a robot arm. Well, how do you control a motor? With a motor driver. This thing requires a lot of Python. I don't know Python. That's what the fuck we're learning right now. So if you're interested in either robotics, programming, doing stupid shit, because we're going to be doing a lot of stupid shit, it would be amazing if you considered subscribing. Thank you for everyone who have. I know I get a notification every single time you guys do, and it tickles my brain in the fucking night, like the flood of chemicals that enters my brain. It's so nice. So thank you guys. Sincerely, I appreciate every single one of you that have subscribed already. And those that are just here. Thank you guys. Okay. Sorry for the ad. I have to ask. I have to ask. Okay. Python is great for robotics. That is indeed the case. That is indeed the case for many, many, many things. Yeah. Low level labs. I didn't even read it, but some people, that's okay. That's okay. Some people are a little goofy, okay? Some people are a little goofy, and that's fine. We accept a little bit goofy in this chat. You know what I mean? There is sometimes going to be individuals that say goofy things, you know what I mean? And sometimes that's okay. I was a kid once, and I said goofy shit. So, you know what I mean? Maybe that was once me. So, I mean, we're gonna keep it to a minimum if possible, but it's okay. It's okay. We will learn from our mistakes, won't we? Won't we? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are gonna pop into this 2D lists and nested loops. That seems so fucking complicated. I don't even want to think about it. Like, that seems like it's gonna rip my brain in 2 fucking fragments and then shit out what's left. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Thank you everyone that's here. I appreciate you guys. Let's get into it.
In this tutorial, I want to talk to you guys about 2 different concepts in Python. It's going to be a pretty cool lesson. First thing I want to show you guys, though, are 2-dimensional lists. So down here in our Python file, I just want to create a basic list. So I'm just going to call this number grid. And I'm just going to set this equal to a normal list, right? Just like this.
By the way, amazing community. Amazing community. I appreciate you guys. Y'all are some G's. Y'all are some grown-up G's. I appreciate you guys, sincerely. I feel like we are genuinely growing a community here. Sincerely. I appreciate it. Let's continue.
Our 2-dimensional lists. So down here in our Python file, I just want to create a...
And you are my brothers and sisters. I hope you guys know this. I hope you guys know this. Okay. I go to bed thinking about you guys. I wake up thinking about you guys. I literally, Fracture sent me a picture of his horse, and I literally had a dream of it last night. I'm not even joking. I had a dream of it. I was riding an orange horse. We are going to be getting a Discord server rolling. I still need to figure out how exactly Discord works. I'm still a little new, but we're gonna get it going, and then we're gonna be able to archive our amazing conversations, and we're gonna be able to. You guys are gonna be able to post your guys' projects, the amazing things that you guys work on. And then we're also gonna have some, some section in there where it's like if you guys are just wanting to like play games, like some video games or whatever. Obviously, we're gonna throw that in there, because who in this world can exist without a little bit of Minecraft? Minecraft server? Maybe. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. I mean it. Thank you guys. We're going to have a fucking great time with this. And you guys are at the very beginning. We're not even at 1,000 subscribers yet. This shit's going to be going to the moon, okay? This shit's going to be going to the moon. So y'all are literally the very first people that have been here. Literally the first. Imagine. It's just, thank you guys. I can't say more. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Let's lock in. We are ready for 2026. You most certainly are. It's going to be a banger year. The economy might fall to hell, but yeah. Let's have a good one, guys.
basic list. So I'm just going to call this...
It's already 2026. Tell me what happens in the future. Okay, my boy? Tell me I'm still in 2025. Give me the 2026 rundown. Tell me what I need to invest in right now, okay? Right now.
Number grid.
All right, boys.
And I'm just going to set this equal to a normal list, right?
Rust? You're learning Rust? Individuals in chat have just displayed the level of testosterone in which they possess. Congratulations. You are despicable in the best way possible. All right. Sorry, I keep on getting distracted. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Let's play.
Just like that. I just want to create Python. And this tutorial
2D list and nested loops. This is going to be a hell.
I'm going to talk to you guys about two different concepts in Python. It's going to be a pretty cool lesson. First thing I want to show you guys, though, are two-dimensional lists. So down here in our Python file, I just want to create a basic list. So I'm just going to call this number grid. And I'm just going to set this equal to a normal list, right? Just like this. Now, normally, if we were creating a list, I could just put in a bunch of attributes and a bunch of elements, right? And now all of these elements are inside of this number grid list. Everybody's happy. But another thing I can do is I can make all of the elements inside of this number grid list lists. So the first item in the number grid.
Oh, for sure. That makes sense. I can see how that's totally useful. Let's say like in a list. Okay, I always have to bring it back to a robot arm. Let's say you have a robot arm, but you have a path, like a flight path of degrees for the robot arm, and it's like, oh, perform action, grab the book off the shelf. It would be that list. You'd go down that list, and that list would be potentially like an arrangement of like locations and like degrees on the elbow of the robot arm. That totally makes sense. How like I can see immediately how this would be so helpful for so many different applications. For sure.
The second item in the number grid list is going to be a list, etc. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. I can basically just come down here, and where I would normally put the first element in the list, I can just create another array. So I'm just going to make an open and closed square bracket. And now I'm just going to say 1, 2, 3. And I can create the next item in my list. I can say
Damn. Y'all are. So we got Python, C, JavaScript, Python. That's a potent combo right there. That's a potent combo. C++, JavaScript, and Python. And then if you're asking if I have a job, I do. I work in a hospital. I clean up when people die and fold their shit. Okay, yeah. Nice. Dude, we got some educated fucking people in chat. Jesus Christ. That's crazy. All right, let's continue.
1, 2, 3 square bracket. And now I'm just gonna say,
Of which my job I have to go to. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 2:25 p.m.
2:25. So I have like another third. Like, I have a little bit longer. We have a good amount of time. Trust me, in the economy that we live in, resigning is not an option. It is not an option.
1, 2, 3. And I can create the next item.
I feel like I've seen you before. I feel like I have. I don't know. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Happy New Year, my guy. Trust me, people in chat will be able to help you out with that a lot. Okay. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm sorry, I need to say one more time. The reason why we're learning Python. Why are we learning multiple hours of Python? Why are we doing this? It's because we're building a robot arm right here. If and a robot arm is made out of motors. What are motors controlled by? These guys, driver boards. What are driver boards programmed with? Copious amounts of Python to degrees in which require precision beyond my comprehension. That is why we are learning Python. So I have to ask, I apologize, I know I've asked a million times, but if you haven't and you're interested in robotics or programming or creating shit, because we're going to do a lot of crazy, goofy shit here, it'd mean the world if you consider subscribing. Thank you guys for those of you who have, sincerely. I appreciate you all. Thank you. And let's lock in, boys.
In my list, I can say,
I hope you go learn Python. Look, the video's right here. This is a good fucking video. If you want to learn Python, yes, it requires a little bit of work. But let me tell you, I can't recommend enough to learn Python. The amount of useful things you can do. Yeah, sure, AI is good at it, but how are you going to know where to correct the AI and stuff like that? You know what I mean? So learning Python, learning a programming language, learning another spoken language, learning something is, in my opinion, it's the best way to start this new year. I know it's we started this challenge, so to speak, a number of days ago. But if you're starting this new year and you wanna keep up with that freaking new challenge, go for it. You know what I mean? It's really difficult, but it's gonna be so worth it. I'm already feeling so fulfilled with the fact that we're learning Python. So thank you guys for being here. And if you haven't, consider subscribing if you want to learn Python. Okay. Dude, you unlucky bastard. All right, guys. Good luck. That's so true. Nothing. Yeah. You have to work so hard to achieve it. Hell, there was yesterday, there was a 4-hour long fucking stream on this one fucking bit. 4 hours for 10 minutes of video. It was 4 hours of an aneurysm. If you want shit in life, you're gonna have to give a fucking aneurysm to it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Don't you worry. We are. Thank you guys for joining us. If you haven't, consider subscribe. I know I've asked a million times, but let's play the video. We have been not doing too much of that. Let's actually learn Python.
1, 2, 3. And I can create the next item in my list.
I just got the notification that so many of you just subscribed. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. I mean, it means the world. It means the world to me. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Let's grow this community. We've already gotten it rolling. It's gonna grow to heights that who fucking knows, dude. It's gonna be a great time. All right, let's go.
I can say 4, 5, 6. And let's make another item in this list. I can say 7, 8, 9. And finally, we're going to put one more list inside of the number grid list, and it's just going to have 0 in it. So inside of this number grid list, right, this high-level overall list, we have 4 elements.
Yeah.
All of those elements are themselves lists. So essentially what we're doing is we're creating a grid, right? This grid has 1, 2, 3, 4 rows and 1, 2, 3 columns, right? 4 rows, 3 columns. And that's kind of like why these can be useful is we can create a grid-like structure inside of Python using two.
Imagine this, right? We have a thing, right? You can access these by like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or however the fuck you do it. Imagine that these are places to go for a robot arm. These are degrees. These are angles for the motor to spin to. And it's a whole list. Let's say this list right here was the action of go murder someone. You know, the robot, tell the robot to go murder someone. Well, then have the instructions inside of there. And you'd be able to execute it like that. So that would be, I can see how this would be really applicable. I can see this. It seems scary, but I feel like we can it's going to be usable.
Lists. So this is a pretty cool list structure. And I want to show you
let's
guys
get rid of it.
how I can access individual elements inside of this list structure.
Let's go with robots. ROBUT. Robots. Ramo. Robot Ramo. You use your full name because why the hell not? I hope so. I hope so. I hope we start to think like a fucking computer. That is the goal. That is the fucking goal. Okay, we're gonna go like this equals, and then how do you do it? Is the box like this? We're gonna go box. Oh no, wrong one. Box. We're gonna go. How do we do this? Oh, wrong one. Shit. Give me a moment, guys. Give me. Sorry, I'm not the fastest typer, as one could quite easily see. I just saw that another one of you guys subscribed. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Okay, I'm going to have a seizure. Okay, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We'll just kind of copy him a little bit. We're going to go like this. 7, space 8, that, whatever the fuck, 4. We're going to keep it really simple. No, wrong one. Really simple. Okay. Oh, we need a comma at the end of it too. That's good to know. Okay. We're going to keep this simple for now. Let's continue.
For example, let's say I wanted to print out one of these values. Let's say I wanted to print out this 1 right here. The way I can access it is by saying number grid. And the first thing I want to do is make an open and close square brackets. And in here, I
Ramo, you are the best. I hope you know that.
want to put the index of the row that I want to access. So this would be like row 0.
Okay. Okay, I can see. Okay, for sure.
Element in the array. This would be row 1. It's at index position 1.
Yeah, so 0, 1, 2. So how do we do it? So let's say, okay, before he tells us the rest, I'm sure you intellects in chat already know how to access this. But so let's go like this. We're gonna try to access number 4. Let's try to access number 4 right here. So print, print. We're gonna go like this. We're gonna go robot Rambo. Control C. And then we're gonna go like this. We're going to go like, bam, and we're going to go, so the first row is 0. This one is 1. So we're going to, first number is going to be 1. And this, we're going to do a comma. And then we're going to do, I think it's going to go into it. So 0, 1, 2. Let's do 2. Is this correct? If I press print and we get a 4, there's no holding us back. The moon will be within our grasp by the end of the year. Okay. And we have about 2 hours till the end of the year. Okay. Yeah, we got an error. Okay. I need to chill the fuck out.
This would be row 2, row 3, etc.
Okay.
So I can put row 0.
What's happening here?
And now, right next to this, I'm going to make another square bracket. And I want to put...
That's what we're missing. Ladies and gents, and we're going to, so 0, remember the first index is 0, 1, 2, 2. Absolute fucking cinema. That shit fucking worked. That shit fucking worked. God damn. It feels good when shit just works the first time. You know what I mean? The cocktail of chemicals that floods your brain is just like, oh, dude. Ooh. Let's continue.
Put the index of the column. So this would be like column 1, column 2, column 3. So I'm going to put another 0 because this is at the 0th index of this first array. So I just
So he's trying to access 1.
put 0, 0 here. Now we can print this guy out to the screen, and you'll see down here that we get that 1. So I could also do this for this 8, for example. So this is going to be 0, 1, 2. It's going to be row 2 and column 1. And now we
That's going to get, so 0, 1, 2, 3, or no, so 0, 1, 2, and then 0, 1, so it's going to be 8.
should be able to print out that 8. So that's basically how we can access elements inside of this 2D.
Okay, that totally makes sense. What would happen if we were to do this? What if we were to do this? Do we just get the whole row? 0, 1. So we're going to get 7, 5, and 4, hopefully. Or maybe. Isn't it just nice when we have a lesson inside of this tutorial that is intuitive and makes sense? And doesn't take 5 fucking hours to complete? Where was it? Isn't it nice when it doesn't take 4 fucking and a half hours to learn that much? Isn't it nice? God, that's just so great. That's so awesome. So awesome. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys so much. This was a great session. This was a great fucking session. I mean, are we at the closing end of it? Where he has a little bit more to yap about. But I think at the end of this, we're probably gonna end stream. But we still have a minute to go. Okay, we still have a little bit. So if you haven't, consider subscribing. If you want this next year to be awesome, but you're gonna do shit about it to make it awesome. That's the requirement. You only get to subscribe if you want this next year to be awesome and you're going to fucking work your ass off to make it awesome. Okay. That was the first intellectual thing you have said that has transcended time and space. Terry Davis. My intellect. What did he say? What did Sir Terry Davis? You know what? Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Oh yeah, no, yeah, you guys have been yapping about Terry Davis. Yeah, dude, we're gonna. I know we're distracted right now, but I have some things from Terry Davis. Terry Davis. We're gonna get one. I subscribe to his channel actually. We're gonna go to YouTube. We're gonna watch one quick little short on Terry fucking Davis. This fucking legend, okay? Can we get W Terry Davis in chat? Because okay, let's be honest, if our homie didn't get schizophrenia, he would have became the next Steve Jobs. This is a factual statement. This is not maybe. He would have. He had schizophrenia, but was so goddamn smart. His level of intellect was superior to that of. He was a wise individual. He was a wise individual. No, not Las Vegas. Terry Davis. Let's go like this. It's not. Let's see. What's a good one, guys? 1 sec, guys. 1 sec. We need to get a good one. We need to get a quick good one. Was it this one? Look at that. Oh, this is good. Yeah. Random gems. Let's see. Where is it? Yeah, he was an interesting guy. I need to warn you guys. He was an interesting guy. He said some very controversial shit that might get me demonetized. Not demonetized. A strike, but who cares? Short. We're gonna go to shorts. We have a blocker on right now. That's probably why we're not getting the good shit. Let's try this one more time. One moment, guys. We're gonna get some Terry Davis up in this hole. The legend himself. What the fuck is what the fuck is this? Terry Davis show art. I know we're getting sidetracked, but this is a peak use of fucking time. Oh, this is a good one. This is a fucking good one. Okay, it might be loud as fuck. I'm sorry, but Terry dude. Yeah, dude, yeah. Okay. Forgive it if it's not like if it just is interesting, okay? And if he says some slurs, forgive me, please. Okay. Oh.
So this is the fish. Shut up, bird. Let's make the fish bigger. We're gonna make the fish bigger. Uh-oh.
Look at this intellect.
Let's make the mountain.
To inform the uninformed, he is running this program in which he entirely made himself on an operating system in which he entirely made himself. In assembly. Sorry, no, he did it in assembly. It's like, what he said, 200,000 lines of code that he wrote by hand. And he made an entire programming language for his fucking OS, dude.
It's yellow. Let's make the mountains yellow.
Sorry,
so this is the fish. Shut up, bird. Let's
Sorry
make
if that's deafeningly loud.
The fish bigger. We're gonna make the fish bigger. Uh-oh. Let's make the mountains yellow. Let's make the mountains yellow.
Absolute peak.
Okay, let's get rid of the fish. Let's make the fish small again. I don't trust that fish. So this is the fish. Shut up, bird. Let's make the.
He's a peak. What is it? Intelligence from God? God. Sorry, this is probably terrible for viewer retention, but like, we got to do it. Best programmer on earth. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here is what the fuck I am trying to aspire to be, okay? My role model is a schizophrenic homeless man. Let her rip. This is everything I'm trying to be. If I can graze 1% of what you're about to witness, I'd be
I'm the best
set.
Programmer on earth. That's why God chose me. And he gave me divine intellect. This is divine intellect. Isn't it obvious? So I have an ISO creation tool. I have a compiler. Basically, I'm the best programmer on earth chosen by God. And I was endowed with divine intellect. I'm the best programmer on earth, as evident by divine intellect. And fuck you. I'm the best programmer.
Need I say more, ladies and gentlemen? Need I say more? Side tangent over. He had chronic amounts of schizophrenia, and he got hit by a train. But you know what I mean? We lose the best. We lose the best. But yeah, he is the OG of OGs. Yes. Oh, I am sorry that was got really sidetracked from learning Python. We just needed to inject just a tiny little drippity droppity of Holy C, as we always need to. I feel like that's a mandatory requirement of any programming stream. They need to recognize the shoulder in which they stand upon. Although he didn't do really much, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Rip Terry. Rip Terry. Yeah, dude, we need that motivation. We need that motivation from Sir Terry himself. Yeah, if you love Terry, consider subscribing. No, I know most of you already are, but yeah, he was a great guy. It sucks because I would love to. I mean, his schizophrenia by now in 2025, he died in like 2018 or something. His schizophrenia by now would be just out of this world. Like he was pretty lost, but. He was great, though. This is right here. You can have all the motivation you want in the world, but it doesn't work. You can have all the discipline in the world, but you're depressed. When you have motivation and discipline, that is when amazing things happen in this world. That is when crazy shit happens. So, that is very true. Very, very, very true. Okay, what is happening with this? We're going to go like this. Okay. Pure motivation. See, pure motivation, you know what that leads to? The moment you're unmotivated, you're fucked. And you're done. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to cuss, but yeah. Yeah, no, he was hit by a train. He was wandering at night and got hit by a train. It's debated whether it was suicide or he just didn't see it. He had schizophrenia, remember. He had schizophrenia, so he was in another world, you know what I mean? He wasn't in reality, so to speak. He was, but he wasn't. Terry was arguably a pretty interesting guy, but he, unfortunately is no longer with us. He'd still be alive. He'd still be alive if he didn't get hit by that train. But yeah. We all hope he probably didn't see it. We hope. But if you watch some of his videos, they get interesting really quickly. They get really interesting really quickly. It's one of those things where it's like you're on LSD or mushrooms or both, and you were that's your existence. Life is scary, you know what I mean? Like, life is scary, but then when you don't know how to ground yourself, when you don't know how to find a community of amazing people, you can get lost really quickly. So that is why it is so important to just have a place to go and just like, you know what I mean? You guys are that place for me. You know what I mean? You guys are that place for me. All of you, subscribed or not. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're going to get a Discord server by popular request. It is going to happen. I just need to figure out what the fuck Discord is about. I haven't used it like basically ever. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're going to be making that Discord very soon. Thank you guys for your patience. For those of you that are just joining us, we're learning Python to build a robot. Oh shit, I just unplugged the Arduino. Whatever. We're building a robot arm. How does a robot arm programmed? How do you tell it what to do? Python. That's it. If that is something you're interested in, you know what to do. I'm not going to ask. Let's continue going, boys. That was a nice side tangent. Remind me of Terry more often because he is just such a G. He's so cool. Okay. Rip Terry. Terry, and Rip Terry. Okay. Let's continue. We have just a tiny bit more inside of this, okay? A tiny bit more. I wonder when Discord came out. Okay, let's continue. Nice.
The next thing I want to show you guys is a nested for loop. A nested for loop is a situation, like I said, where we have a for loop inside of a
Lock in, boys. This is about to get complicated. This is about to get complicated.
And I'll show you how we can use this nested for loop in order to print out all the elements inside of this array. So I'll basically show you guys how to parse through a two-dimensional list or a two-dimensional array. All right, so basically we're just going to create a normal for loop. So I'm going to say for, and I'm just going to say row in number grid. And I'm
Is-
using the word row here because I'm kind of seeing these guys as rows, right? These are sort of horizontal rows in our little grid. So for each of those rows, for each of the elements inside of number grid, I want to loop through. So I could actually just print out
Hello?
a row right
Oh,
now,
yeah.
and it's just going to print out all the rows inside of this list. So you can see down here, we basically just get exactly what we have up there. But I want to be able to access each of these individual attributes
Yeah.
inside of each of these array elements. So we can actually create another for loop, and I'm going to put that for loop inside of here. So now I'm going to say for column in row. And basically what this is going to give us is each individual column or each individual element inside of these.
Let's go like this,
arrays.
boys.
So for
Let's go like
example,
this.
inside of the arrays that are the elements of the number grid. Hopefully that makes sense. So down here, now I can just print
Okay, it's a for loop within a for loop. Dude, that's gonna get so complicated so quickly. Holy shit. For. Oh, no, it's not. That totally makes sense. That totally makes sense.
And this should
For.
actually print out every single value inside of this two-dimensional.
Ah, that totally makes sense. Okay, so for. What this is first gonna do is it's going to ask for the row, right? So 0, 1, 2, 3, right? We're asking for that for each one, this other thing, and then we're gonna go down here and send for column that's gonna be this axis in row. For this in this, we're gonna print it out. We're gonna get he's got it right there. That totally makes more sense. For sure. For lab in potato print. Oh, that's not how you spell print at all, is it? Print. Potato. Am I not allowed to do this? Oh, that's why. No, I did that wrong. I did that a little wrong. Yeah. No, I spelled that wrong too. One second, ladies and gents. Okay. Now, hopefully, what should happen, pray to fucking God, this mudda pooper is gonna look like this. We can actually add one more. We're gonna go like this. We're gonna go 69, comma 420, comma 67. Okay, let's see what happens. We did this very wrong. Oh, wait, no, this is... What am I doing wrong here? Okay. What am I doing wrong? What? What am I doing wrong? It shouldn't look like this. My second for loop. Instead of what? Because I don't think. Yeah. Well, let me move this down just a little bit so we're not chopping anything off. Let's see. What's happening? Because like it should look like this, right? Maybe no, hold on. Maybe he changed it a little bit. Hold up.
So let's go ahead and run this.
That's why, ladies and gentlemen, this is why we need to play the fucking video. For the love of all God, if I'm ever being retarded, if I'm ever having a question, you probably just need to remind me to watch the fucking video. Holy shit. Jesus, I was wondering why it wasn't fucking working. I was like, why doesn't ours look like his? Why doesn't ours look like his? It's because I need to play the fucking video for another millisecond.
Two-dimensional array. So let's go ahead and run this.
That's why I did that. That's what it was supposed to look like. Jesus. Scroll up. Yeah, we're scrolled up. Dude, literally. I was so fucking bedazzled. I was like, why the fuck are we getting a different thing than him? It's because we need to play the fucking video. Jesus Christ. That's literally always the goddamn problem. It's 99% of the fucking time. That's the problem. Oh, dude. Line 4. Let's see. Line 4. I am. But it still works. Why? Why didn't it throw an error? Why didn't it throw an error? Like, if I didn't have a comma right here, it tweaks out. Look. There should have been a comma. I don't know how that fucking worked. Stupid compiler. Yeah, dude, that fucking got me too. I was like, where the fuck is what's happening? What? Yeah, no, you don't worry. We cooked. We figured it out. Play the video. Okay, let's see. I think this is actually like the end. I think it. Let's see.
And down here, you'll see that we're basically printing out 1
Yeah.
all the way down to 0. So we're
That seems right.
all of the
That seems right, no?
inside of all of the arrays inside of the number grid. So that's how we can use two-dimensional lists and nested for loops together. And both of those things are actually pretty handy in Python.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's a number of you guys in here right now. I appreciate you clicking on this video instead of scrolling endlessly on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube Shorts. It requires some mental capacity to humor me and to educate me, and I appreciate you guys for doing that. If you want to see more of these crazy ass streams where there's crazy ass conversations going on in the comments, it would mean the world to me if you consider subscribing. I don't know when we're going to reach 1,000 subscribers. That's our next milestone. Technically, our next milestone is 800 because we just reached 700 like 2 days ago. But we're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. So I would sincerely appreciate it if you'd consider the notion of subscribing. Remember, we're building robot arms, boys. You're going to see it. You get to build it, okay? Whenever it comes to designing it, we got Blender. We got this fucking... Where's Blender? We got Blender. Oh, you don't get to see it. Hold up. Uno momento. We got Blender. We're going to be blendering up. We got 3D printers. We got
3 3D printers. We're gonna be cooking. This is gonna be a cook shop. Okay, we're gonna Walter White this shit. Okay, this robot will not be done until we Walter White the fuck out of this thing. Okay, so if you're interested for joining the journey, if you're interested in having, if you want to have a crazy ass 2026, and you're willing to put in the work, that's the only condition. You're willing to put in the work. Consider subscribing. With that, I'm going to leave you guys to your own devices. Thank you, boys, for joining us. I appreciate you as always. You guys have an amazing one. I do know Blender, and I will check my Discord. Thank you. If I haven't read your comments, don't worry. I'm going to go back and I'm going to... don't worry. I love you guys.
You have an amazing time. I'm going to go clean up dead bodies. Okay? Bye.
Bah!